To use my homie G Joyner's terms, we back at it like two addicts. This is the pastor.
And the Professor G Joyner's Rock and Roll Past Professor. We got episode 6. Look at the board. It's basically how we're going to deal with whether spoken word art form is a new type of revolutionary, a more revolutionary form of hip hop. And so we got a couple of, we got several.
Yeah.
Four, actually, spoken word artists out of Memphis. A few superstars in the Memphis game. We got HARDFACE, we got Lenny, Cain, we got Phatmak, we got FW Love. So we're going to start it off with one of you guys, starting, I guess, on to my left. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're up to, where people can find your work, so we can go ahead and get on this panel and get started.
All right. Well, I'm Phatmak, run Hype Life Arts. I do an open mic every Thursday night at Brinson's downtown at Madison and Danny Thomas. That's it.
If they in town, right?
If they in town.
World Wide Web.
Oh, you're right. If you're in town, I do that open mic every Thursday night, as well as an open mic at Starbucks on Hatch Cross in Winchester on the last Saturday of each month. If you're in town, it's a reason to come to town. Come check out these open mics.
HARDFACE, introduce yourself to the people.
Yes, I am Elliot HARDFACE Nelson, poet extraordinaire. Yes, I'm a writer. I'm also a master barber and run an entertainment company, Monkey Strong Entertainment. We do videos, graphic design, logos, whatever you need.
What kind of videos y'all do?
We do everything, freaky, political, whatever you need. But I do stuff pertaining to my poetry, and I also host an event called Soul Speak every Tuesday on the corner of Madison and Cleveland. Martinez, you got to love it. Sexiest open mic in the world, And other than that, that's all about me.
And we have my homie. This is the first time that I actually have a extended parishioner on the panel with us. So FW Love, introduce yourself to the people.
I'm FW Love from the great state of Mississippi. I'm a poet, father. I do a little time at UPS during the day.
That's
right. I get my time in. My wife and I own a building at the corner of Crump and Lauderdale.
Where's that?
Crump and Lauderdale.
South Memphis.
South Memphis, new South Memphis, directly across the street from downtown.
Shout out to Sister Crystal Johnson Evans.
Yeah. We also host an open mic every Friday.
Called
Love Speaks.
Yeah, I'm repping for my guy,
my
man.
shirt.
Yeah, Love Speaks.
We're also working on a larger campaign with a lot of more collectives called the Be Positive. That's why I'm repping the Be Positive. It's not B plus, it's Be Positive. But
that's all you can get in school.
I thought it was B plus.
Yeah,
you terrible.
Be positive. See how it's raised. It's raised.
Make it feel good.
Yeah.
Last but not least, one of the smoothest brothers that you will ever meet. Lenny Cain, introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Lenny Cain. I am a visual artist as well as a spoken word artist. I host a variety show every Sunday called Something Different Sundays at 3593 Riverdale in Memphis, Tennessee. Each Sunday it's something different. We will focus on poetry one Sunday. The next Sunday maybe R&B. The next Sunday comedy. Then conversation, hip hop, something different Sundays.
So shout outs to all of these brothers and all of their ventures, and the pastor and the professor are both happy to have them here. Let me make a point of clarification, and that is, by no stretch are we communicating that there are no female artists in Memphis. So to do justice to some of the sisters, why don't we call some names out of some sisters like I called out?
A.Z. Truly.
Yeah.
Tiffany Mache.
Duchess.
The Duchess.
Right.
Miss Delight.
Yeah.
Erica the Goddess. Miss Nee, young Miss Nee doing her thing.
And so we ain't trying to highlight anybody over and above anybody else. And so we shout out all of those sisters, and even those, if you are a very conscious artist, if you will, or an artist who has some style and some substance, we shout you out, male, female, black, white, all of that. But we want to get right into it. Meet us on Facebook for our live chat on the Pastor and Professor page. Check us out on Twitter. You can hashtag PASPROF. and we'll definitely engage your questions and commentary there. But let's jump right into it.
I need to interject something.
Go ahead.
Speaking of the sisters, they do host the open mic. We all get our shout out. The Word. Every Monday night is actually the longest running.
Shout out Tanya Dyson.
Tanya Dyson,
That's my
Tammy.
homegirl, LOC
It's at the
in this
Rumble
thing.
Room on Main Street every Monday night. Live band. If you in the town, coming into Memphis, definitely check those ladies out. Yeah.
So look, you know, one of the things I'm always curious about as a pastor who has a affinity and an appreciation for the artists, where do y'all get to, you know, how did y'all even get into this artist thing? How do you see yourself and your platform as an artist? And you know, what's unique about, you know, you and yours though?
That's right. Well, actually, I used to rap, right? And then I came into a more conscious level of thought, and realized that what I was rapping about was foolishness, and it was all the foolishness that I heard. It's like I had an epiphany. I grew up. Like overnight, I came. A young lady took me to a poetry spot, and it's like I had a call, and like the light shined, like, this is what you should do. And then from that day on, I couldn't write. Can we speak freely on this show?
Yeah. Very.
I couldn't write any bullshit anymore.
Right.
It
Oh,
had
you
to
get
be
worse than that.
It had to be
Worse than this show.
for. It seemed like everything I had to write now had to be for a purpose.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Then I just was making some shit up. I can't fabricate. I can't even make up shit no more.
Yeah.
It got to be real to me.
So are you saying it's coming from a different place than it came from at first?
Gotta be.
Cool. Some of you other brothers, you know, HARDFACE, you man, look, this is one of the most unique. I mean, this is satire at its finest, right? Yeah. So this is satire. So why don't you tell me something about, or tell us something about, you know, how you see your stuff and even how you got to, you know, is your story similar to Lenny Cain's story?
Yeah, the same way. I used to be like a rapper and a producer. I used to try to rap, and then I was like trying to get beats, but the nigga was charging so much for the beats. I'm like, $500 a beat. If I shit for 2 beats, I can buy my own damn keyboard. So I bought my own keyboard and started making my own beats.
Yeah.
It was like kind of whack at first, but as time went by, the beats got better. So then I was a rapper and producer, and then I was scared to let people listen to it. I'm like, they're gonna say it's whack and shit. So I just kept it to myself for like years, since the '90s, early '90s. And then I went to a poetry spot, and I just was an observer, you know, just looking up. I'm like, shit, I can do this. It's just kind of like rap. So I kind of like started making it more, you know. But the thing was, I didn't want to. Seemed like what was popular then was like gangster rap. I came out when gangster rap started popping off, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't see myself talking about, I sell crack, bitch, I blow you. I mean, I eventually, if somebody, you know, fuck with you, I blow your ass off. But I ain't gonna talk about I kill 100 niggas on an album. You know, I couldn't do it. I couldn't talk about selling crack. I never touched crack, so I couldn't do it. So with poetry, it gave me a chance to talk about something more realistic and, you know, something that I can actually talk about and not be ashamed. You know, years go down, this nigga made straight A's. This nigga ain't no gangster, you know. This nigga was on the honor roll. This nigga was in the band, you know, so.
Well, you know, smart is the new gangster.
Yeah, know what I'm saying?
Is the new gangster.
Smart is the new gangster.
And so I did something just more realistic and, you know, something I could be proud of.
Y'all too.
Yeah, because Phatmak, it seemed like somebody struck a chord. And then you add music. You know, you got some vocal ability too that you add to your stuff.
I try.
Yeah.
I try. The poetry for me was originally one of my guidance counselors had me writing down just my thoughts to control my anger. It was more about that. And then I stumbled upon DMX, and he had the poems in his on his second album, Hell is Hot and It's Dark Outside. And
It's dark and hell is hot.
It's dark and hell is. I apologize, sir. But I got into it. I got into it just based on that, and like HARDFACE, it was kind of whack to a bunch of the kids that I kind of grew up with. So I just kept it a secret until somebody else said that they did it too, and then that's when I started. And then I just kind of stumbled and continuously stumbled into this thing. But that's basically, I don't have any rhythm, so I can't rap. I can't never stay on beat. I can't do more than one thing, 2 things at one time. So I get off beat every time. So that's why the rapping never worked out for me.
Sorry. I don't know. It's more my calling or my draw to it is more strictly about the platform. I was been drawn to different areas of change. I've done. I went to college, and I went to Nashville and wrote speeches and did the little scholastic thing. And I just never felt like I was ever gonna have the footing to actually say and do what I wanted to do in that platform. I grew up in the church, so that's definitely my foundation. That's what I believe in. That's my my beginning. So like spoken word for me was the platform to kind of mesh the two. You know what I mean? I have a platform to speak the righteous truth in a way that I believe the people will receive it most effectively.
Okay. I got a question for you guys. A lot of people, you know, particularly in Memphis, we got a lot of arts, you know, whether it's painters, writers, poets, rappers, whatever, that's unknown. Do you think that, you know, some people, the critique or the negative critique of spoken word is that it's almost an easier out than rapping because you don't have to ride a beat like Phatmak was saying, or it's easier to construct maybe a spoken word versus what 16 times 3 you got? What's that?
Yeah,
that many balls.
It might you can write it, but the thing about it, it's not what's selling, so it's not the easier route. If everything right now is monetary based, about get money. That's
going to my question.
You know what I mean?
We understand that hip hop has been commodified. Everybody knows that much.
Yeah.
It's to be sold. So what is the point in you guys spoken word as far as I know when I, you know, being
my point.
What's the point? I mean, as far as what's the means to the end?
The means, and probably my point is to help people if I can, by any means. If I know something, if I have some knowledge that will help you in your life in any kind of way, I would like to share that with you. And that's what I want out of my spoken word piece.
Not too much difference in some rap, right? Some rappers, I mean, a lot of
I
rappers.
never heard a rapper say that.
I mean, maybe not say that, but maybe his message though. I mean, that sounds like anybody can say that they're writing to help somebody by any means necessary. Waka Flocka Gucci could say that they're trying to help somebody.
That would be Lupe's argument.
That'd be a lot of people's argument. That could be trap rappers' arguments, and it can be conscious rappers. What I'm saying is, is there some type of level of, is there an identity for you guys that you want to get some fame and fortune out of it, or is it purely just organic and for the sake of art, for art's sake?
For art's sake with me. Yeah, because I don't win with the fame. The fame would be great, but it's more for the art's sake. Well, if nobody knew my name and I got my message across to 1,000 people, it's way better than 1,000 people knowing my name.
Or a million folks.
Okay. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, I think what should be brought up, or pointed out to some extent, is that I was able to round up the people that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I chose these brothers because, in many ways, beyond being a spoken word artist, they're activists in our community, which is, you know what I'm saying, the evidence, in my opinion, of our poetry. You know what I mean? Like, I think the difference of it is that we stick around to see the fruition, to see the final product. You know what I'm saying? We don't just say, I'm spitting this poem because I want to see my community beautiful. We show up to pick up the trash. You know what I'm saying? Like these words are to inspire action, and even this form here is a part of action. This is a part of us saying, you know, we get together and talk about stuff all the time. We need to be more, push this out. You know what I mean? And I think that's what separates, or maybe not separates, but it's the hindrance of us making this a commodity. Because in order to make this a commodity, we'd have to abandon that action portion. You know, and those are the things that these rappers that we talk about aren't even able to do because they've made it a commodity. Their schedule's not even made up by themselves. You know what I mean? Like.
So look, I mean, there's some real talk, some real action. It's gonna be real righteous. We gotta take a break right now. If you catching us on the Ustream, then you can stick with us. But if you catch us on YouTube, we're gonna be taking a break right here. So again, Pastor, Professor, Phatmak, HARDFACE, F-Dub, Lenny, Cain, this ain't nothing to play with.
Play the guitar. 3,000 play the guitar. 3,000.